Whoo, this is a heavy one that just hit me like, psh. Just because you have access to power doesn't mean you have the power or you're utilizing it. What the heck do I mean by that? Well, my son actually taught me this lesson. He's getting into his Switch and we have time set aside, and the battery ran out the other day. So before I went to bed, we said, hey buddy, make sure you plug it in. So tomorrow, since you have some time, it's 100% charged. He said, okay. So he takes the little, I think it's micro USB, whatever it is, plugs it in, puts it down, and goes to bed. So he has access to the power. He even plugged it in. He goes to bed the next morning, take care of everything, goes to school, comes back. It's switch time. He goes to pull it out and it's dead. Well, he hasn't figured out the emotional regulation part yet, which we're working on. So he starts going into full meltdown. So he looked at it, I said, buddy, I thought you plugged it in. I did. I said, okay, well, this is one side. Let's look at where the other side of the plug is. I'm sure you can guess it. That wasn't plugged into the wall. And so it was this wonderful metaphor, maybe more for me than him, but it was, oh my gosh, we have access to power. Like all the power we need. You can leave it plugged in 24/7 and the power will continue to draw from it. It is limitless power. But if you're not plugged in, you don't have access to it, even though it's there. So that got me thinking of, well, shoot, where in my life do I have access to power, but I'm not plugged in? Or maybe I'm plugged in, or I think I am, but I'm not really doing what is needed. Or the line is corrupt or corroded or whatever it is. And it's like, oh my gosh, so many areas. I have all this access to, even nowadays, even clean power. And if I'm not plugged in, I'm not getting anything from it. So looking at my marriage, on the 5 foundational freedoms we teach with my family and friends, I'm like, man, I have some wonderful friends and I'm not plugged into them as much. Like we used to get together quite often and kind of fell off as life got in the way. And so actually one of my goals for this year is to get with friends each month for a little get together. And we've kept up on it each month now. It's very cool, but it's like, I want to plug into that access and power to these friends and just enjoy them and spend time with them. And it's been awesome. And same with my wife of, oh my gosh, I'm not plugged in. We're not plugged into each other at times. We're just kind of passing each other by at times throughout the day or night because life's so crazy with school back in and work. And it's like, oh, we gotta plug back in. We gotta make sure that we're utilizing each other's power and connecting. And same thing with faith of, I got my morning routine, but every once in a while, as a few mornings ago, I didn't pray in the morning, didn't hit my knees, didn't have that conversation. It's like, oh man, you talk about unlimited clean power and not plugging in. So that's faith. We went family and friends. Fitness. My wife got into Peloton, right at the beginning of COVID. And I do it from time to time. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. We've got this beautiful power thing here that I can do, whether it's hot or cold outside. And I've not been plugging in. So fitness, I've been plugging in just a little bit more to get the edge. And then finance, same thing, man. I have access to be able to help so many more people. And asking this question about a year ago, started the process of the online portion of what we do and helping even more people. And it's like, man, I can actually help create more value. I gotta keep plugging in and then finding with feelings. And that's fortunately something I've been plugging in daily on and investigating my thoughts and just exposing all this stuff. So I know I kind of ramble a little bit on these. I get a ton out of it. So thank you. But the question is this: where is there power in your life that you have access to, but you're not currently plugging into it? And by making that one simple change of simply plugging in, that you can access that power and continue to grow and to expand.